bottom to the top. Kurt Busch had a good run. It's too bad.
Yeah, he even led a couple laps.
Yeah, he had a good run.
He had a good car. That cost me. I said I had on our NASCAR pool, I had one group that had Hamlin in it, one other group had Kurt Busch in it.
Yeah, it's disappointing. Where did Junior end up finishing?
27th.
Isn't that kind of maybe he was
ran about 23rd all day. He finished 27th because he had to pit, or he chose to pit with 15 to go. There was like 4 or 5 guys that pitted with like 15 to go.
So he finished right around. I mean, he wasn't any better than
he would have finished like 22nd. And it cost him probably a good 5 spots, if not 7. It still cost him spots doing that. So I wouldn't say he just finished where he ran, because he ran 20th. Get it right.
20th is so much better than 27th.
Yeah, it is. Let me see here. Points wise, it's about 21 points.
Yeah,
more.
I said to your dad, you had left the room yesterday when they were showing the points. I said to your dad, man, he really needs to pick it up. He's starting to fall way behind the chase.
Junior's not making the chase this year. He's not. Teams that switch crew chiefs midseason do not make the chase. Just like teams that fire their head coach in football do not make the playoffs. Doesn't happen. At this point, like I've been saying all year, if we can get out of the season with a victory, with a win, anytime during the season, I'll be okay. I don't think he's going to win a race this year either. To be point blank, he does not have the cars. You're so adamant that he's going to. Where is the car? Where are the cars that he's going to take the victory?
Talladega, Daytona.
Yeah, but
fuel mileage.
Even then, I doubt it. If he does, fuel mileage is a rare thing for him. He rarely tries it. Got to say, Michigan was really weird last year that he won because he rarely tries it. As far as Daytona and Talladega, hey man, every race they go there, he has a car he can take to victory lane, and something happens at the end that keeps him out of victory lane.
Not the way it used to be, that's for sure.
No, it's not. You know, he has a talent, and actually, if you ask my opinion, the reason he's always in contention at Talladega is because no matter what car you put under him, Junior can take it to the front at Talladega. He can work the draft because he's one of the best there is at working the draft. Problem being is that he decides late in the race he's going to hook on Ryan Newman's bumper and sit behind him while Carl Edwards and Brad Keselowski go around the outside. Sorry, I'm not bitter or anything. Anyway,
I was going to say
Marcus Ambrose was 6th. I don't think we mentioned that.
Yeah, I did.
Did you? Why? I was going to mention that.
Thanks for listening to me.
Oh, I'm just pulling to you. Oh,
Ouch. That hurts.
Sam Hornish Jr. finished 10th. Did you mention that?
No.
Okay, I'm going to mention that Sam Hornish Jr. finished 10th. He's got to have a yo-yo chart, too. Oh, well, no, just kind of peaked at the end.
I think two other noteworthy things are the unfortunate, if you will, finishes of Biffle and Kenseth.
Yeah.
They definitely were second, probably.
They were top 5 cars for most of the race until about the last run. They were like 6th and 7th, respectively.
Yeah, so they definitely cost them some spots. Where did Kenseth end up anyway?
16th.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, Kenseth got. I mean, just
look at that.
At the end, it just drops off, and I bet the same thing for Biffle. We'll see. Yeah, similar. Actually, he dropped really low and came back up to like 11th. By the way, I don't know if you noticed that Gordon ran out on the last lap too. Gordon ran out of gas in the last lap and still finished 4th.
How do you know that?
Because he said so.
He did?
Yeah, I saw a poster's interview with him. He said he ran out of gas coming to the line or something like that.
Oh, well then it must have been right at the line because Johnson ran out and he passed Johnson. So it must have been like right at the line. Not
necessarily. I mean, Johnson ran off 3. If he gets off of 3 a little bit, gets up to speed a little bit faster, he should sail right by him if he does run out of gas. If it happens on the first straightaway, yeah, it could happen. He didn't say how close he was though.
Well, that's the way to do it. If you're going to do it, run out on the last straightaway.
Okay. Before we're done with NASCAR, there was one thing I told you I want to talk about real quick, just real fast.
Yeah, and this is really interesting to me.
Oh, I just want to say this to anybody who watches or listens. And I was watching Wind Tunnel last night, which is a radio/TV show on Speed Channel. Carl Long, who is a at best part-time field filler in NASCAR, was on there. And if you don't know the story behind Carl Long, he ran in the Sprint Showdown, as it's called, which is the open before the All-Star race. He had bought an engine from Ganassi I can't remember the guy's name. Ernie Elliott is the guy he bought the engine from Ganassi. It was an old Ganassi engine. Thing blows up and all that during race weekend. Turns out this engine is like 1 something of a meter too long. Yeah, 17 hundredths of an inch too big. NASCAR penalized. They suspended him for 12 races. They fined him $200,000. Ridiculous stuff considering that he didn't do it intentionally. And this is one of those down on his luck grassroots guys. Obviously, he can't afford the $200,000 fine. And I even read a quote from earlier that said, they basically, by not repealing the fine, they basically put us out of NASCAR because we can't afford to pay it. So basically, he's been, taking in donations from people. David Rudiman himself has given $5,000. He's nowhere close. He's got like $11,000 right now, just a shade under $12,000. So he's nowhere close to paying off the debt. But, if you go to carl-long.com, you can donate a little bit to him. Hopefully, get back on his feet. I think all racing fans should kind of rally around this guy and try to get him back out there. Even I think the garage area should too.
Good for. Can I chime in? Good thing here. Good for David Rudiman. That was really, really nice of him. I'm sure some other drivers hopefully will follow in that lead. Hopefully
a driver with more money can give him more money.
Yeah, I don't know if we ever talked about that on here. I'm sure we brought it. We had to have brought it up.
We might have mentioned offhand about how he got royally screwed.
Yeah,
because usually when it comes down to it, like there are times that I'm pretty sure guys have cheated and they've gotten lesser penalties. And considering that it was an engine that he purchased, he didn't build or anything like that, he obviously wasn't maliciously intending to cheat. And NASCAR is refusing to hold the engine builder accountable, Ernie Elliott, and they're holding him accountable, and they just basically put him out of the business. I don't know why. It's like we're going to make an example out of Carl Long. Like, that's going to scare anybody off. Because if you fine Hendrick $200,000, he can afford it. But you can put Carl Long out of business. But I'm going to actually go on there, and I'm going to, donate a little bit. It won't be much. But I'm going to throw in some, and I think anybody else should too. So it's Carl.
I will too.
carl-long.com.
Good for him. I really hope. And I actually think we should monitor this. I think it'd be fun to monitor and see
the drive to 200,000.
I think wouldn't it be fun to monitor and see how that.
Ooh, there's a list of donations. Oh wow! Everybody that's donated some money has been put on here.
What are a lot of them, like $50, $40? Yeah. See, look at that.
Some people gave $1. Oh, donates through purchase of Carl Long merchandise. The $1 ones, the majority of them. But somebody gave $1.11.
Oh, and was that in Lamont, Illinois?
Yeah, Lamont. I see Bloomington, Illinois, Metropolis, Illinois on here. See if do you see anybody we know? Decatur, Illinois. Somebody from Richmond, Virginia. I don't know. I'm scanning.
What's the most?
5,000 from Rudiman.
Oh, is he on there?
Yeah, he's at the top of the list. Then Dan Harvey from Lebanon, Tennessee, gave $500. The majority of it came from Rudiman so far.
Yeah, it's too bad. And good. Good for all the people that are donating, and good for David Rudiman. Hopefully, Michael Waltrip will chime in. And
I'm surprised Waltrip hasn't. Probably because Waltrip doesn't have a whole lot of money to throw around besides on his race team right now. That's not so much a shot; it's just a fact. That's why I had to get the investor come in. But anyway, I just wanted to get that off my chest.
Yeah, no, definitely.
So, besides that, we have that I would say that's all for auto racing. That was about a half hour. Keep saying every week.
Is it? Wait, it's not. It's not. Let's say what we said about Tony Stewart. It's not. It doesn't surprise us anymore. It's expected now.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. You were saying that earlier. Like, I don't know. I don't know how long we're gonna talk about NASCAR. I'm like, we're gonna talk about NASCAR for a long time. I think there's a lot to talk about. Oh, and even more so, I will have great stuff to talk about next week because I will have the inside view for next week's race. I'm gonna be at the track in Michigan.
Yeah, we'll be broadcasting live from Michigan International Speedway.
I think we could potentially do that if you were willing to drive up there. I think we could do it.
I'm not, honestly.
No, I guess. Sorry, guys. No Friday episode this week.
If all the listeners want to chime in for the gas, I'll go.
It's not that much.
No, considering I get 35 to the gallon.
See? You're fine. You're fine.
It's because I drive like a grandma. You know that. You make fun of me. Everybody makes fun of me for the way I drive.
I didn't make fun of you for the way you drive. I make fun of you for all different reasons.
Thanks.
Anyway, now it's that time of year again. You know what time of year it is? It's Farfwatch.
That's where I figured you were going with that.
I'm gonna get I'm gonna make a lower third that says Farfwatch 09. for us.